코시 사브린티 3. 어북시건, 더 어더 사이드 오브 노웨어. 바이 엘 제임즈 볼린 앤드 쉐이커 더 데니스. 챕터 1. 더 데벨 더 디테일즈. 이어즈 패스트, 앤드 코시 톡 애프터 히즈 그랜파더, 세뮤엘. He was a prominent leader, an avid member of the tribal council, and spent plenty of time taking care of his grandfather's horses. Now 21 years old, he was saddened because Mamlin and Bali passed on the same day 3 months ago, and his beloved grandfather, Samuel, had passed several months earlier. During his depression, he spent most of his time caring for his loving grandmother, Maosa, whom he referred to as 빅모. One day, as he was on his way to visit his grandmother, he heard a voice say, "I will be there, son." Looking around, he sees no one. Shaking his head, he continues on his way to her house. 빅모 was on her knees, pulling weeds and trimming up some plants in her garden. He ran to her side. 빅모, why are you doing all this work? I told you I would come first thing this morning. 빅모 smiles. Plants will use all their energy to heal a dead leaf when all you have to do is cut off the dead leaves to help that plant stay healthy. Plus, child, I was doing this before you were born, and I'll be doing this before I die. 빅모's words saddened 코시. 빅모, don't say that. 빅모, seeing his reaction, child, help me up. These past few months have been hard on you, but death comes with life. Your grandfather and me were happy, and I saw Bali and Kakahoya. They were always in good spirits, seeing the glow of love on them, and that's all Sebayas wants for us to be here on us, happy. Me and Kakahoya were on our second marriage. 코시 was surprised. Second. Smiling, 빅모 said, "Yes, child. Your grandfather was 20 years older than me. Our first marriage was with people our age, and we mature differently according to what we go through. But women, most women mature faster than men anyways. So, if you can't grow old with someone, find someone who you can grow old with. Someone who makes you smile and makes you happy. Your grandfather used to say, it's better to be with an angry, frustrated, sad, uptight and whatever else Sebayas is dealing with them with, as a believer, than to be with a happy demon. The Torah is filled with stories of people being unequally yoked. Now, come on here, let me fix some tea, and we can sit on the galley. As 코시 walked his grandmother to the house, he was still in shock to learn that his grandparents had been married before. 빅모 lived alone, now that all her grandchildren were grown and gone, a common saying around these parts. She put on the tea kettle and poured out some lemon and honey. Chamomile tea. 코시 said. That's for reducing menstrual pain, 빅모. Laughing, she said, You're not even halfway there. You know a little, but you learn about all these herbs now. 손. These herbs will always have more than one benefit. Chamomile is good for menstrual pain but is also suitable for treating diabetes, lowering blood sugar, slowing and preventing osteoporosis, reducing inflammation, and is used for cancer treatment. It's good for preventing and treating cold symptoms, and the reason I'm making some for you. It helps with sleep and relaxation. Those bags under your eyes are big enough to go shopping with. 코시 smiled as he grabbed a cup and poured some honey in it. As 빅모 continued, She grabbed a mason jar filled with dried basil and set it down on the counter. There's a wide variety of basil here. Smell this. Koshi took a big whiff as Bigmo continued. That's sweet basil. It has a powerful smell and a recognizable flavor. Now taste it. Koshi takes a small bite as Bigmo grabs a few more mason jars and passes them by Koshi. This here is lemon basil. It has a tangy lemony taste, while mint basil has a refreshing minty taste. All basil contains antioxidants. Many plants are more potent dried than fresh. However, with fresh basil, gain the most benefits from them. They help you fight free radicals in the body, which leads to cell damage and increases your risk of cancer, heart disease, arthritis, and diabetes. Orange plant these herbs in a garden. They last all year long, and they fight your fight for you. Lavender, cilantro, oregano, chives, rosemary, sage, lemon balm, chamomile, thyme, and mint. You can thank me later. That's why your grandpa and I lived so long, plus your grandpa walked 2 miles every day. Bigmo poured them a cup of tea, and they walked outside and sat on the porch. This tastes pretty good, Bigmo. She just smiled. Silence covered them as they enjoyed their tea. Bigmo said, You know I can talk to plants, trees, and the likes. I treat them right, they treat me right. Your grandmother, Kakohoya, was a seer and a chlorokinesis. She could see and feel things before they happened. She's the one that taught me about plants a long time ago and taught me that even plants have a spirit. We, humans, are the only things that have souls. Everything else has a spirit, and when I got enlightened, I thought she knew it beforehand, and that's why she helped me get stronger. She was a beautiful lady inside and out, didn't mind sharing a grandson with her. Koshi looked at Bigmo. I didn't know that. Mamolin told me how. He paused. That was Dandedi told me how Anyanaipu heard the trees and bears talk and how Sebeas created everything with a spirit, even if it didn't have a soul. Shaking her head, and did you know your grandfather was the first to be enlightened with 3 gifts? He could see a person's heart, a double portion of Anyanaipu, his father's gift, and his gift of understanding and speaking all languages. It was called. Koshi said, Allegist or polyglot, Bigmo. But, no, I didn't know that. We never got to that part. Mamolin was telling me the story, and we stopped at the end of Obuksigon, getting knocked out Oliver in New Orleans. Well, what used to be called New Orleans, and we never talked about the war. They want to. Minor battles and stopped the army heading from El Paso, Texas, and another group was heading toward them from Phoenix, Arizona. That's about how far we got. After I helped Bali get the nerve to approach Mamolin, she was head over heels in love ever since. I was happy for her. We didn't get together much after that because of the conflict with the Anacartes back then. Plus, with her relationship with Bali, that conflict, and the upkeep of the farm, it kept her busy. Taking a sip of tea, Bigmo said, Yes, Lord, she loved her son Bali. Well, Son Obuksigon and Dong were just 14 and 10 when they got captured by some slave catchers and kidnapped on one of those ships that float above the water. Being only 14 and 10, those 2 brothers spoke with authority, and Obuksigon was also one hell of a singer. They killed the entire crew, and the slaves took the ship and started one of the greatest revolutions of all time. Those men stuck by him for 13 years until Deng was killed, and Obuxigon took it badly because Deng died, saving his life. They went from being slaves to being the most wanted men in history. He helped those slaves get enlightened on their way to New York, and Sebeas gave them unique gifts. Koshi asked, what happened to Obuxigon? I don't hear people talk about him much. Big Mo said, that man just disappeared after Deng's death. His wife, who was with twins, and Deng's wife moved to Lake Providence after the New York uprising. They were sent here for their safety. You know that big, oblong knife your father carries? Koshi replied, yes. Taking another sip of tea, she said, that knife belongs to Deng. He got it from an old man on that their ship. His name was Oldon. You know what? I'll tell you about the war and those men tomorrow. Just come. Much earlier? You should know by now. I get up at 오전 5시. 난 no 오전 10시. My day is winding down around that time. Now, help me finish feeding the animals and get them some water before they have a revolution themselves. They fed all the animals and filled the water into the different watering troughs. Big Mo took some of the water and washed the sweat from her face. Do you drink plenty of water, son? Nobody drinks water anymore. The earth is about 75% water, and our body is 55 to 60% water. People didn't drink water, they drank sodas, beer, and liquor but no water. What kind of sense is that? You need water to grow plants, and we need water to cleanse our bodies of toxins. Koshi understood no one came to see Big Mo anymore, so she rambled a lot when he was there. He leaned against the trough. Yes, ma'am. And Dandaddy taught me that years ago, and I still drink plenty of it. Big Mo walked too slowly for Koshi, but he didn't mind as they finished their tasks. 45 minutes later, Big Mo and Koshi returned to the house. Son, I need some icy cold lemonade now. Care for some. Koshi wiping the sweat from his brow. Yes, ma'am. She poured them both a tall glass and sat under the AC unit. Koshi said aloud, I don't think I could be a slave, Big Mo, out there in that heat from sunup to sundown. Big Mo just smiled. Well, if you were from an infant until an adult, you wouldn't know the difference. Understand the physiological, psychological, and spiritual damage it did to our people. Yes, it helps to learn who we were before, during, and after slavery. However, no one cared, and often, even we didn't care about ourselves, family, or even our ancestry. We didn't care about anything. But time heals all wounds. There's someone out there, somewhere, being a slave for someone right now. Our people's first enslavement was in Egypt, then Babylon, then the Trans-American, or Atlantic slave trade. The Trans-American was different from the rest of our enslavement because they hid our identity, and we had to find out who we were. We acted like fools when we knew who we were. However, our disobedience and pride put us in our predicament. We had to be humbled and humiliated to appreciate our existence in the first place. It was a whole new story after that. Then the Abyssinians enslaved us. Why us? Something called the Y chromosome. You must understand that. The Y chromosome is passed from father to son. The DNA marker, DNA, is the background of at least 73% of all people in Africa today. The hue of the skin doesn't matter, it does occurs in the DNA that do. The M2 and the 215.35 are spread throughout Africa, but the PNE is their father. Koshi had a look on his face, and Bigmo left. One of these markers is the reason the Abyssinians hate us. Our DNA has been our downfall since the beginning of time. Before the Abyssinians, and discredited us as an intelligent race of people for centuries. Since our people have been on this planet, these uppity and jealous people were like they were when we were enslaved in Egypt. They had on their hearts like that of Pharaoh. But it was the Moors, and they were cattle lions, kings and queens who civilized the wild white tribes from the Caucasus Mountains. They came to educate for over 700 years and eventually ruled over Spain, Portugal, North Africa, and Southern France, primarily Spain and Portugal. To enslaved. No. To teach and educate. But our beloved so-called first president of the United States, George Washington, was probably the first one. Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. But he had a debate on how to enslave the Moors, saying, and I quote, if we would agree to take the pages and turbans off the Moors' heads and remove the sandals from their feet and enforce severe punishments, and to also share a death with ourselves to religiously and faithfully not to allow anyone to teach the Moorish children who daily or who their poor fathers were, and only allow the Moorish children to be taught that they were truly Negroes, black people, and colored folks. 200 years from today the Moorish people would not know their nationality nor the national name of their forefathers. Also, they would not know from which land or ancestors they are descended from. Bigmo refs, I'm sorry child, I'm reminded of old Thomas Fuller, a 14-year-old slave. They started calling the boy the Virginia calculator. Child, he could solve complex math problems in his head. Now, he could not read or write, so they started calling him a savant. Them white folks didn't believe he was intelligent, so they tested him. They asked him how many seconds there were in a year and a half. He said, 47,304,000 within 2 minutes. They said, oh, then they asked him, how many seconds a man has lived? 70 years, 17 days, and 12 hours old. He said, 2,210,500,800 seconds within a minute and a half. They told him he was wrong, and all Thomas said as Bigmo impersonated a slave's voice, Top, Messer, you forget the leap year. When they added the leap years, he was correct. One man said that it was a pity he had not an education equal to his genius, and he said and Bigmo started talking like a slave again. No, Messer, it is best I had no learning, for many learned men be great fools. It proved to the abolitionists of that time as proof that enslaved cattle lions were equal to anarchists or computers in intelligence. Bigmo paused for a second, saying, those crooked anarchists started slavery again in the Isles of California. When the Abyssinians first arrived and stationed themselves with the natives in the Congo forest of Africa, where they got their names Ebony, which means we asked for her, and behold, we got her. However, civil unrest with the Abyssinians and the Great Congo impression occurred. The Abyssinians try to destroy all who possessed their DNA or had any similar markers in their DNA. The Abyssinians attempted to kill all who had this rare and mutated DNA, but because of political reasons, they could not. Therefore, the Abyssinians banned anyone with such DNA. They could not live among the rest of the planet, making their lives a living hell through enslavement and other horrendous acts. If the rest of the world wanted their technology, they too would have to follow suit, or the Abyssinians would return home, and the earth would have exploded upon their departure. Of course, no those people who carried this DNA or Catalans, and we are their descendants. Centuries later, computers and anarchists trafficked and enslaved us for sex, service, labor, and even used as pets by the thousands. They shipped many to the Isles of the Californias. They were beaten and terrorized into submission before other anarchists brought them to do the bidding for the computers and their jobs, sanitation for the bubbles cities in which the computers lived. They had ships coming and going from those islands worldwide, especially in New York, processing them on that piece of land where that Statue of Liberty once stood. Ain't that ironic? Man, they hated us with a passion. But it was Princess Anaya's idea, King Wanenai's action, and Obuxigon, who shut that shit down. Koshi shouted, Bigmo. Bigmo looked at Koshi. Boy, please, you know me, and your grandpa cursed. Koshi said, I knew Daddy did, but not you. Bigmo just smiled. Well, if you don't know, now you know, you know. How in the hell I'm going to be married to someone for all these years and we not be the same? Boy, I thought you learned that love. Boy love is a hell-basing. Koshi laughed so hard that he started crying. Smiling, as she looked throughout her yard, Bigmo pointed out plants to Koshi that many thought were weeds. No, people used to mow their lawn and pass right by these herbs. God made all this to heal us, for some. They rather use those chemicals, artificial chemicals that have your ass coming back for more. They were not healing you, they were keeping the symptoms at bay. Bigmo grabbed a small wooden box and rolled up a cigarette as she said, This is that their sticky, icky. Koshi looked at Bigmo. Never heard of that. Bigmo took a drag. Once it gets a hold of it, she started to coughing for a few seconds, stumbling her words. She said, It's itchy, itchy. Koshi said, Bigmo, that doesn't make sense. She said, Hey, I know, I'm high already. This here is some good weed. I'm high, but I know what the hell I'm talking about. Let me calm down a bit and tell you something. Bigmo, in deep thought, stared into space for a few minutes as Koshi started picking some plants, and then Bigmo took a deep breath. There was one particular ship called the Horseshoe. As the story goes, this ship had Annibal, greedy captain and his 3 sons, who had been collecting slaves for years. The business had become somewhat slow during this time, and he was cruising along the New Orleans Islands fishing when some of their slaves had an opportunity to escape and they did just that. This was when Obuxigon and Dong had fallen into the river and drifted down somewhere along that area. Obuxigon and Dong are both unconscious, floating through the Gulf of Mexico until they run aground on an unnamed island near New Orleans. Those slaves that escaped approached them. Hold up, 손. I need to backtrack so you can understand a few things. Do you know about the ranunculus war? Before Koshi could answer, she continued. It was the war of man and artificial intelligence. 더 런넌큘라이 스프레드 톡식 바이오 해저더스 앤드 레이디오 액티브 웨펄리 킬링 에이 포어스 오브 휴메너티 인 데스퍼레이션 맨 데터네이티드 에이 매시브 EMP 데트락트 더 인타이어 플래니트 이트 디스트로잇 더 런넌큘라이 네트워크 앤드 코즈드 에 매시브 어스퀘이크 데트 디스트로잇 랜드 매시즈 월드와이드 디스 워즈 이어즈 비포어 도즈 에비니언즈 케임 투어스 캘리포니어 앤드 라어지 포어션 오브 웨스턴 너베더 앤드 애리조너 펠 인투 더 시 에브리싱 패스트 데트 포인트 워즈 베시컬리 콜드 더 아일즈 오브 캘리포니어 퓨 피플 리브드 온 디즈 아일런즈즈 익세프트 포 에이 퓨 에너커테스 스캐터드 히어 앤드 데어 오버 타임 퓨어 비코즈 오브 더 레이디에이션 온 더 에지 오브 애리조너 라이트 비포어 유리치트 더 아일즈 오브 캘리포니어 데어 워즈 에이피스 오브 랜드 언터치트 바이 더 데버스테이션 더 부티풀 캐셀 돔 앤드 더 코퍼 마운틴즈 에이 리모트 데저트 랜드 위드 패치즈 오브 그린 퍼텔 랜즈즈 히어 앤드 데어 콜드 코퍼 이트 해즈 어번던트 와일드라이프 앤드 이즈 에이 원더랜드 투시 부티풀 데저트 크리처즈 인데어 내추럴 해버테트 제크레버츠 레텔 스네익스 비그호언 시프 마운턴 라이언즈 카이오티즈 배츠 데저트 토어터시즈 앤드 소 머치 모어 디스 리전 이즈 웨어 위 윌 컨티뉴 더 아일즈 오브 더 캘리포니어즈 더 에너커테스 그레주얼리 스타어티드 무빙 백 인투 더 에리어 캡처링 트레이닝 앤드 셀링 와케털라이언즈 에이 루크러티브 비즈니스 월드와이드 원 파우티큘러 팹리 헤드 에이 머나플리 온 디스트레이 신스 이츠 비기닝 디스 팹리 온드 머치 오브 롱 아일런드 뉴욕 랜드 에이 퓨 서라운딩 에리어즈 앤드 프로두스트 와케털리언 슬레이브 파움즈 포 제너레이션즈 프로두싱 슬레이브즈 프리티 머치 라이크 보스턴 디드 도링 더 트랜즈 어메리컨 슬레이브 트레일 유징 디즈 포 폭스 포 슬레이브 레이버 앤드 와테버 엘스 데이 완티드 덤포 더 에너커테스 머니퓰레이티드 매니 컨트리즈 라이크 아이어런드 투 기브업 데어 랜드 앤드 프리덤 포 에이 베터 라이프 인 더 어메러커즈 앤드 월드웨이드 데어 액션즈 플리즈드 더 컴피어턴즈 랜드 에이 플리즈드 컴피어턴즈 멘트 에이 플리즈드 에비니언즈 더 에비니언즈 디던트 이트 라이크 휴먼즈 하우에버 너웨어 휴먼즈 워데어 밀즈 인 에이 센스 데이 리브드 오프 더 프레이지즈 앤드 워시프 오브 더 컴피어턴즈 but they feasted off their souls once they died. Therefore, no waste. By the Abyssinians being spiritually connected. You fed one. You fed them all. However, humans ate and made waste. One person produced up to 50 liters of feces and 500 liters of urine. But there was nowhere to put their waste. When the Babel's cities were erected, the slaves job was to do something with that waste. The anarchists profited from the slaves by forcing them to clean the combatants' waste. However, many slaves became ill, and some died because of E. coli, salmonella, shigella, and many other things. New York City was the most extensive manor in the Western Hemisphere, which covered what we once knew as New Jersey, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, Connecticut, Northern Maryland, and Northeastern Pennsylvania. They had a waste station outside the Babel City as large as Micros, consisting of all the towns surrounding New York. 버링턴, 버만트, 롱 아일랜드, 뉴욕, 리치먼드, 버지니아, 컬럼버스, 클리브런드, 오하이오, 랜드 더 인타이어 랜드 오브 더 화이트 마운턴 내셔널 포리스트. 뉴욕 was a 슈퍼버벨 that reached miles high and almost touched the division of the ionosphere. So, the demand for slaves was significant. They used human waste for hydrogen fuel, brick making, which the Waketallians made their home. The methane gas produced by human waste was tapped and used to produce biogas. Biogas was used to generate electricity for both domestic and industrial use. They also used it as a fertilizer to increase the production of food. medically. Human waste was used for apical transplant, a procedure used when a person has harmful bacteria in the gastrointestinal tract. It was more effective than antibiotics and less costly than getting rid of the infected organs. Using the pieces of a healthy person would use tubing through the patient's anus and rectum or shoot frozen fecal matter through one's nose. Koshi had a disturbed look on his face and Bigmo left. Child, don't get in the medical field if that bothers you. Oh, and since we are made from dirt, we shall return to the dirt. Did you know that human waste also contains rare earth metals such as gold, silver, copper, palladium, and vanadium? They can extract about 700 pounds of gold from the pieces of 1 million people using something they call leachate. Don't ask me what the fuck. Leachate is cause I still don't understand it. Using contaminated liquid to do something, just look it up, maybe you'll understand it. I know that these metals play an essential part in our bodies, maintaining joints and transmitting electrical signals. Back in the day, millions who lacked clean water used human waste. Bigmo took a deep breath. Anyway, it was called the Omni processor or something like that. You can look that up too, but they simultaneously produced energy and clean drinking water. Also, it was used as a cosmic radiation shield to protect humans. Human waste and water were made of suits called excreta, which were used as a shield against radiation. Computers refused to use the waste from the so-called diseased rocket lions, so they created waste stations in their communities. I explained all of this to tell you this is what they used our people for, seat keepers. For many years, until Obsidian came along, the slave trade of rocket lions went from abundant to none. It ended slowly because the Abyssinians and many computers moved offworld to different planets because of Wanyanaiq and his men, but Obsidian ended it altogether. As you recall, they defeated the two troops of Abyssinians pursuing the last caravan with Jallo and Anaya while they were heading to Tallulah, Louisiana, and Wanyanaiq's son, Obsidian, was lost along the way and floated toward New Orleans along with them. Two additional military forces, one from El Paso and another from Phoenix, headed to Tucson to destroy the people. However, Obi and his battalions met the military troops from El Paso while Wanyanaiq and his oldest daughters, Jallo and Anaya, caught them from the rear. Devastated and defeated, the Abyssinians met their fate. Frederick and the rest of the 12 stayed behind while waiting on the Abyssinians from Phoenix to advance. Their advancement abruptly halted, strangely. They stopped when Obi and Wanyanaiq defeated El Paso's troops. At a standstill, they just waited in the middle of the desert. The troops from Phoenix were larger than any of the forces they had battled before. Wanyanaiq and his daughters raised hostile movement from the Phoenix forces as they drew tanks and larger vehicles. Still, they just stood there along Highway 8 in Arizona. Wanyanaiq sends Daniel, Quinn, and the rest of their family, along with the battalion of hyenas and anyone who could control animals, to Cooper National Wildlife Refuge to flank the city of Phoenix. They waited for them to advance, but still rushing. After days of waiting and the curiosity of the standstill, Wanyanaiq, John, Obi, and Frederick investigated and surveyed the area where the Abyssinians stood while all bases throughout the region on high alert before they also got restless. The wait gave Queen and her children time to reflect on Obuxigon's absence. They all traveled a few miles to a cliff overlooking one of the islands of the Californias, realizing that Obuxigon was gone. Sitting on a cliff, Charlo and Anaya sit there reminiscing about Obuxigon as they said a prayer. Sebayas, give our little brother the strength to go on in your name. Anaya pours a drop of her sand into the ocean in honor of him. The content from the sand hit the sea, and it glowed, spending as far as the eye could see. Moments later, the planet shook from its core. At that exact moment, the forces of Phoenix started howling in pain, unaware of what had happened. At this time, Mlezi appeared before Wanyenaikbu. The enemy has asked Sebayas's permission to destroy you, but he denied him. However, he was permitted to do what he could without causing your death. However, Sebayas has seen your face palace and love and given you favor by placing a hands around Obuxigon and has shielded him from the great deceiver's presence until he receives your gifts. As Mlezi spoke, the earth rumbled again. Wanyenaikbu turned to tell Mlezi, I shall do whatever Sebayas requires of me. But Mlezi had disappeared. Wanyenaikbu calls out over the communicators to figure out what happened. At that moment, the Abyssinians' demonic forces were released from their barriers. They did not charge toward Tucson but toward Queen and Wanyenaikbu's family. Billions of minions and demonic forces crawled over each other, both large and small. Even the ones on Highway 8, and rushed toward the Isles of California. The minions forces from the northern part of the world also headed in that direction. At that second, everyone's communication devices started flashing. The watchtower had triggered an emergency signal as the Abyssinians were directed toward Queen's location. Wanyenaikbu and his battalion headed straight toward Queen's side while John, Friedrich, and Obi quickly followed behind the herd, destroying them. Just the presence of Friedrich alone incinerated the herd, but they kept heading toward Queen. The Abyssinians tried to spread out, trying to avoid Friedrich, but Obi and John started picking them off. It was just too many. Wanyenaikbu had made it to their location as his men slowly arrived. The speedster was already there. A swarm of bats appeared before Queen and Daniel at Cooper National Wildlife Refuge, quickly transforming into Adam Nabes. He appeared before them and swore an oath to kill Wanyenaikbu's entire family because of what Anaya had done. Furious, Naya attempted to throw water from the sea at him, but he vanished. Anaya did not know what she had done. It took Wanyenaikbu a few seconds to realize what Adam Nabes and Ophidius were trying to do in Central Mexico. Wanyenaikbu was about to do it with the stone around his neck, the sand, after he saw the fear on Adam Nabes's face as Anaya attempted to throw the water on him. Wanyenaikbu and Queen looked at each other and smiled. They ordered the speedster to get all who could control the elements to the islands. The herd of minions approached the islands from the east and north, not even 10 minutes away. Wanyenaikbu ordered everyone to saturate all rivers, lakes, or any body of water with one drop of the sand. As the Abyssinians approached, those who controlled the elements created thunderstorms using the water from the sea. At the same time, the speedster grabbed the people who controlled the elements and took them to the Hiller River and they directed the storms behind the minions as they closed in on Queen and them. They made Obi and Friedrich's job so much easier as the demonic forces quickly turned into a puff of black smoke. Before the Avignon could realize what was happening, it was too late, and they ran from the storm and were eventually driven off the cliffs into the sea. They quickly became a puff of dark smoke. The ocean became sick as if an oil spill had devastated it. The black substance then turned into bubbling tar before dissipating into the air. Killing off one third of Edom Nabes's kingdom. Wanyenaik ordered this done to all rivers, lakes, and seas throughout the entire region. From Indianola, Mississippi, to the Isle of California. As they made their way toward all the Avignon cities in the southern region like El Paso and Phoenix. Child, the Avignians, and most of the competitors son vanished off world and superbubbles like New York. The competitors thought it was the worst pandemic of 1918 and 2019 combined for the Avignians. Competitors, unable to see the Avignians for what they were, so them die in what many described as a melted meat suit of flesh as millions died, which forced them to escape off world. The hailed toward the mestizoes or Waketer became a rage. The competitors needed food and water to survive, and Avignians needed the praises of the competitors, which were their only required substances to survive. Competitors had to wear hazmat suits or sheet suits when they came in close contact with the Avignians and vice versa. Eventually, the Avignians, competitors, and Anacortes raised a new war against the mestizos and Ocetillians worldwide. For the first time, the South was now clear of the Avignians' presence as the Ocetillians, who moved from Arizona and lived along Louisiana's Highway 65 from Lake Providence to Tallulah, slowly moved back. Once Wanyenaik had the entire South drenched in the Sands Bay. It took about 6 months before they departed, heading back to Arizona. However, many stayed behind because they came to love the area. Silence covered the room as Koshi looked up and saw Big Mo had fallen asleep. Koshi got up, tiptoed toward her, covered her with the shawl on the edge of her sofa, and left quietly.